Right now above Liptos Camara man-made reservoir with the hydroelectric dam behind the hill here. If I would go to the right, I will come to a city called Ružomberok, and over there at the edge of the border there is a city called Liptovské Mikuláš, a centrum of a culture in Lipto. But what's interesting about this side is that Liptos Camara flooded numerous villages, and they were relocated, or partly they were relocated to Skansen or a Museum of Folk Culture in Pribilina, which is past Liptovský Hradok. And here is an archaeological dig, and they found a fortified settlement from a Celtic era, which is from the 3rd century before Christ to the 2nd century of our era. And this is how it might have looked in the Celts period. Basically the whole area was occupied here by the Celts. This is a reconstruction of the object from Iron Age. This is how it might have looked here. And this is inside the house. They were making ceramics here. This would be where they were mixing the soil. Then here's the turning table. And here is the oven. So I would burn the clay. And this can be turned. And these were livestock buildings. I have just been to the museum as well, and I learned that the Celts used to do human sacrifices, and there were some skeletons found here with broken arms and legs. This is the road that led to the sacrifices, and there is a sacrificial pit in there up on the top of the hill. If the visibility was a little better, you could clearly see the low Tatra mountains here, and also the high Tatra mountains over there. And the museum that they have here is right behind this white house, the little brown that you see. And again we have the Liptos Camara, so on the left is high Tatra mountains, on the right side are the low Tatra mountains. And the valley of Lipto separates them. These are remains of the fortified walls from the Celts period. And this is the sacrificial road, where they used to have a procession towards the sacrificial pit. And they found a lot of coins with a horse like this on them, and they used to be minted in Liptovský Hradok or Liptovský Mikuláš, and also they call this biatek. It's very peaceful here. This is the Celtic sacrificial place in the later phase, with an offering pit and ritual pavements and 3 reconstructed wooden posts. So this is a sacrificial pit, and here are the posts reconstructed from the Celts period. I guess they used to torture them before the sacrifice to get their spirits. So here I'm coming to a second settlement with the entry gate. So this is partially reconstructed rampant right here, and the gate, and this is the final phase of the Celtic period, which is like around year 50 before Christ. Here's some magnificent view of the whole area. Now I'm past the electric dam, and here is the Vach, how they made it to fit their requirements, and from here it goes to another lower Liptovská reservoir and another hydroelectric dam. In the tower, in the entry gate tower, here's the gate from another angle. So here's another reconstructed house. And this is at the top of the hill. You must admit that they had a fantastic view of the whole surrounding Liptov area. Should there be any enemy approaching. But you also have to imagine that this water wasn't here, there was just a river Vach. And here is the final 45 walls of the settlement. This is a fortified settlement. It's partially reconstructed, where you can kind of find the remains of the rooms and the kitchen over there in the corner. And probably the leader of the Celts would be living here, because he probably would be behind the 45 walls. And this is, I guess, how it might have looked. And this is the top part of the mountain.